What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I want to show you a winning purple deck list, because you see, we've not looked at purple very much. It makes me a little bit sad. I'm not a purple player myself. I play purple, I play all the colours. Purple is not my favourite, but still some of you guys watching this channel want to get some purple love, so let's talk about a winning purple deck list with a card which, frankly, I was not buying. I did not think Tactimon was a particularly good card. Looks like I might have been a little bit wrong. Shout out to the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming for helping find the deck list. And shout out to Satya Suzuka TG for sharing the list in the first place. So starting off with Digitama then, what we've got here is a straight 4-off. No 4-1 split here, because you can, of course, play 5 Digitama, just a playset of Digimon. That's all we want to play. Obviously, if you want to make this deck and add in a 5th Digimon, or 5th Digitama, you're welcome to. This is the one whereby, on your turn, once during your turn, when another of your Digimon is deleted, you gain 2,000 power for the turn. Well, look, you're going to get Digimon deleted, alright? It's a purple deck. Now, it does have to be your Digimon being deleted, but again, it's a purple deck. And when that happens, 2,000 power boost. And we know that 2,000 power boost on a Digitama is good. So frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this seems like a pretty gosh darn good starting place. Now, looking into level 3s, obviously we've got a playset of Tactimon. When it's destroyed, you draw a card. It is a phenomenal level 3 that we see coming around in pretty much all the purple decks. You can throw it at your opponent's security, take out one of their security, oh no, I get deleted, yay, I get to draw a card. That honestly sounds pretty good to me. We've also got Digimon here. I want to say I'm getting closer with that. And when deleted, if it was deleted by an effect, i.e. deleted by a skill rather than just throwing it at the security, you gain 1 memory. So in essence, it turns into a 2 cost to play, but with the advantage of essentially being able to recoup that memory whenever you need it. So you pay the free memory now, and essentially it's sitting out there ready to give you a memory at any point in the future. That sounds pretty good to me. But if you want an actual 2 cost to play, then, like so many other decks around, we're playing a playset of Candlemon. Candlemon is a 2 cost to play normally. It really is as simple as that. It's not particularly powerful, but nobody really cares about the power. Candlemon is only played because it's a 2 cost to play normally. And we see that 2 cost to play normally is very, very good, and will lead to card seeing a whole bunch of play. We do then see just a couple copies of the Gabumon from BT2. When it's deleted, or I should say, when the Digimon that evolves from it is deleted, you draw 2 cards and trash 1 from your hand. You don't gain more than 1 card, right? You gain 1 card, but you get to see more cards, and sometimes seeing more cards and having more options is a huge advantage. And then we've got 2 copies of a card we don't see all that often. It is the Dracomon from the starter deck. Now, when you play this, you may return 1 option card from your trash to your hand that has a play cost of either 1 or 7. But look, obviously here, we'll get there in a minute. Yes, we are playing option cards with a cost of 1, incidentally, no 7s, just 1s here. So this is just a really, really good way of being able to have access to those cards a little bit more easily. Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, count me as a little bit of a fan. So those are your level 3s. Moving over into your level 4s then, we've got some other lovely tricks, to be rude if we didn't. And we need to start off with Devimon here. Now this is the Devimon that came around in the starter decks, and I do keep telling you these starter decks are good. And essentially, it is a 1 cost to Digivolve blocker. Simple as that. When you're attacking, you've got to lose 2 memory, which is sad. That happens with a lot of blockers. My advice to you, don't attack with it. It's a 1 cost to Digivolve blocker, so pay 1 cost to Digivolve it up, and then either sit there and block with it when the time is right, or don't. Simple as that. Block with it or evolve on through it. Those are your two options. It's a good card. There's a reason we see a lot of these one-cost blockers nowadays, and they are going to keep seeing a whole bunch of play. For what it's worth, there is also one copy of Meramon here. Meramon is also a one-cost to Digivolve, and it's not a blocker, so it's not as much fun. But it's one more card that only costs one to Digivolve, and Digivolving up more cheaply is great, because it gets you up to your higher levels, which is where your best tricks are really going to come out. We also do see here a lovely playset of Black Growlmon, one of the new ones that just came around in Battle of Omega. It's got an inheritable skill whereby when your other Digimon is deleted, this Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn. And you'll notice that is not the first when one of your Digimon is deleted skills we've actually seen so far. This is not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. This is how the deck is built. And you know what? Sounds good to me, honestly. Sounds pretty good to me. We've then got ourselves just a couple copies of Viomon here, which is a blocker. You lose 2 memory when you attack, like I said before. It's a 2-cost blocker, which is sad. A 2-cost to Digivolve. We'd rather have a 1-cost, but we're already playing a playset of the 1-cost, which means if you want another blocker, you're going to have to pay the 2 memory, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do. It's only 1 more memory. Gives you an extra blocker. Somehow or other, we will survive. Now, moving over into the level 5s here, we have another Digimon that is played just because it's nice and cheap and gets you to those bigger Digimon a bit easier. Skull Meramon comes in. It's a 2-cost to Digivolve. It's not... to be fair, it is actually a 5-cost to play normally, which is also super cheap. So, actually, I lied to you. It's cheap to Digivolve and cheap to play normally. That makes it a great option. It's not a very exciting card, and I'm sorry about that. But it's cheap to play and it's cheap to Digivolve, and those cards do tend to see a whole bunch of play. We've also got ourselves 3 copies of the Were-Garurumon. When you are attacking once during your turn, you may delete one of your other Digimon to make this Digimon active. Oh! Now we're starting to roll, ladies and gentlemen. Because, I mean, firstly, making yourself active, giving yourself a second use of that Digimon during your turn is clearly good. But also, I've been telling you throughout this video about these evolution skills, these inheritable skills that come in when one of your Digimon is deleted. And now we are rolling. I mean, bearing in mind, right, you can delete Tactimon and you get to draw a card. But then you'll find that Gigimon's skill is activated to give you an extra 2,000 power, and the combos start rolling in here, and this is a very good thing indeed. So yeah, it's a must play in this deck, right? It works too gosh darn well. The other level 5 that we do see seeing play here is the Black War Growlmon. It's got a Digiverse 3 skill, so you need to go from an egg all the way up, and then you'll trash the level 2, 3, and 4. And you play a purple Digimon level 3 from your trash without paying its memory. But we've got some good level 3s with some good, for instance, deletion skills, so that's pretty good. Oh yeah, and it's got the same skill as Were-Garurumon, which is to say when attacking once during your turn, you can delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend this one. And I told you when I first saw this that it makes Were-Garurumon a bit rubbish, and it does. But we're actually playing 7 of them combined in this deck, so sure, Black War Growlmon, if you put them side by side, is a better card, but if you play both of them, you get 7 uses of that great skill rather than 4. That honestly sounds pretty good to me. Now, moving over into the level 6s, the main level 6 we see, the one that gets played as a 4 of, is the Metal Garurumon. And yeah, this card's been around for a little while, and it just remains good. It's got a skill whereby when you're attacking, you may play a level 3 purple Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. Now, bearing in mind, I have actually shown you one Digimon with a play skill. Unfortunately, the play skills do not activate, which is a little bit sad. but you've got all your other ones there that got pretty good skills. We will be fine. It's extra level 3s. It's pretty gosh darned good. And then we've got Tactimon. Now, this is a thing that really made this list appeal to me. It is a thing that really made it jump off the page, because I was like, well, hang on a second. I didn't rate Tactimon very highly. I didn't think it was a particularly great card. Well, apparently people are proving me wrong, and when it comes to things like this, I love being proved wrong. Now, Tactimon here, when you are attacking, you activate one of the following effects. You gain a memory, or give yourself an extra 2,000 power, or delete 3 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon, which is obviously a great counter against Rookie Rush. However, if it is your only Digimon in play, you get to do all of those things. Get a memory, get an extra 2,000 power, and delete up to 3 of your opponent's Digimon. But remember, if you've Digivolved this from a level 5, we're only playing 2 level 5s and they've both got the same inheritable skill that lets you delete one of your Digimon to unsuspend it. Which means you can actually delete your own Digimon here. So if you've, say, got one Digimon in play other than Tactimon, you essentially delete it so that you can actually get the better use of this skill. And this isn't limited to once during your turn. So essentially, you attack, get one of these skills, delete your last remaining Digimon, make yourself unsuspended, and then attack again, getting all of these skills. Or you don't worry about the if this is your only Digimon in play part of the skill. You just use this twice. Like I say, the level 5 you've Digivolved from is going to have a skill that lets you unsuspend it. So just have a powerful Digimon. And bearing in mind, you can use the extra 2,000 power, unsuspend, extra 2,000 power, and your second attack, you'll actually have 15,000 power, because there's nothing on the card to say that it doesn't stack. Oh, look, ladies and gentlemen, look how that's working out. Now, we do actually have one Tamer here. We do have a Matt Ashida coming in. And this is one we've had for a little while now. It came around in BT2. Bearing in mind, purple came around in BT2. It's a 4 cost to play normally, but if you got 2 memory or less at the start of your turn, it puts it to 3. Basically guarantees you always start your turn with 3 memory, which I, for one, appreciate quite nicely. But it's also got a skill here, whereby when you play, you may return a purple Digimon or option card from your trash to your hand, and bearing in mind that you are going to be deleting your Digimon, etc., this is pretty cool to be able to get them back, or get an option card back. Either is fine. But I've talked about these option cards, and I've talked about the fact that we are actually genuinely, legitimately playing Dracmon here. What option cards are we actually playing? Well, there are 2 here, and they both cost exactly 1 memory. But remember, for Dracmon, it must cost 1 or 0. We've got Darkness Claw, a 1 cost card that gives you an extra 3,000 power until the end of your turn. But what you've got here are really good attacking skills on your level 6s. So, sure would be nice if you could guarantee those level 6s survived. This can do absolutely that. You know, this is going to put your Metal Garurumon up to 14,000 power, but 16 if one of your Digimon was deleted and you Digivolve from Digimon, and that's higher than any Digimon naturally has in the game. But remember, you can also use this on your level 4s and 5s just to take out resting Digimon, survive a security attack, etc. It's pretty sweet. And then we've also got a few copies coming in here of Demonic Disaster that lets you delete one of your Digimon to unsuspend a purple Digimon, i.e. it's exactly the same skill as we've seen on those level 5s. So now Tactimon is attacking, deleting to unsuspend using the level 5 skill, and then attacking, and then use Demonic Disaster, and again, you can potentially get a use of Tactimon using a skill, get another use using the skill, and then actually you started with 3 Digimon out. By your 3rd use of Tactimon, you now have no other Digimon in play, So you've essentially used one of those skills, another one of those skills, then all three of those skills. If you can use Tactimon multiple times during your turn, and with this deck you absolutely can, it gets better and better and better. But also, you can go the other way. If you don't just want to wreck your board, you can swarm your board, because Metal Garurumon, every time you attack, you play a purple level 3 from your trash without paying. And this is also not limited to once during your turn. So essentially, every turn you delete a Digimon, but then you replay one with Metal Garurumon. So it's not swarming in the traditional sense. You're really just replacing. But bearing in mind, you can be, I don't know, deleting Tapemon, and then playing a Tapemon, and then deleting Tapemon, and then playing a Tapemon, so you've got a really good draw engine. Ladies and gentlemen, these two Digimon are about the best ones you could have with this kind of deleting and unsuspending tactic, and oh look, they are the ones we've got here. Coincidence? Probably not, ladies and gentlemen. Probably not. I'm not a huge fan of purple decks generally, but this is one that has absolutely piqued my interest, and is one that I think we should be taking a little bit seriously. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.